Hi, if there would be a possibility to go back in time, to the moment that you were needing somebody so badly, what would that person do or say in the moment you were desperately needing their help? What if I say that you can find your purpose by being the person who you needed when you were younger? We all have different kind of stories behind us, and struggles that we are facing in life, they varies a lot, but there is similarities on our journeys. For giving you an example, if you were bullied when you were a child, can you be the person now who is acting against bullying? How can you help those people who are bullied at the moment? How did you overcome that situation? Or if you were neglected by your parents, how can you give that validation for those people who doesn't get that from their parents, for example? It's not that we have to be exactly that same person. If you are thinking that, oh, I hoped that my teacher would act this way, or I hope that my best friend was saying this and this. You can build up your character that you wished that somebody was for you. Just taking this little time, go back to your memories and find that moment where you were desperately needing somebody. When you have that moment in mind, imagine that scenario, picture that perfect person next to you, how she or he would act. What would be the perfect way them to help you in that very spot? When you have this person in mind and how they would react to your situation, try to apply those same features in your life. How can you be that person to somebody else? I just discovered something very interesting. In my personal opinion, the best way to heal yourself is to help other. Because when you are helping that person in that same situation that you once were, you are actually healing yourself also in the process. I think there is two different paths that you can take, but I think this other one is actually more benefiting for you. The other one is that you are going inwards and you are self-reflecting, doing this shadow work. Of course, I don't say that's necessarily a bad thing, but when you are just dwelling and putting negativity on that misery, you are not healing yourself because you are not seeing the positive aspects. You are just blaming other people to your circumstances. Instead, if you are seeing that in a positive light, you are using this alchemy to the situation. You can think that, hey, that was a huge lesson for me. If I can now help anyone who is in that same spot, what would I do? When you are using that same wound to helping others, you can discover your passion from that. For example, if you were seeing violence when you were young, you can actually be that anchor to somebody who is actually seeing this violence every single day in their life. The big question, which direction you are going with that wound? Are you going to be bitter? You are like, okay, I went through that, I'm definitely not helping others because everybody has to help themselves. Or are you actually feeling this empathy towards that situation and yourself and those people? That, hey, I was suffering already and I don't want anybody to suffer that much that I was suffering that one moment. You can choose to dwelling in past or you can choose growth. The bitterness is mostly hurting you. If you were somebody who was always looking for the validation, for example, from others, you can just picture that moment why you were looking that validation. Maybe people around you didn't validate you, or you didn't feel that you were heard or seen. So now you are actually trying your hardest to impress others, to make yourself seen and heard. But how you can overcome this obsession to be seen or validated? What if you can actually give value for other people and validate them, to show them that they are validated or important? You are healing yourself in the process. Because also what you give is what you get. There is billion stories and each of us has different kind of story. So basically there is billions of different kind of ways to help each other. That child version of you, it doesn't even have to be child, it can be younger version of you who went through something, who needed somebody at that certain situation. Be that person. Summarizing this short video, be the person who you needed when you were younger. You will be the best version of yourself and you will live your passion and purpose. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you got something out of this video. Bye now.